Yeah, I have it ready to go.
All right. And then the
So
other
they're
thing
streaming.
is to get
Watch now.
um, what is that ever that's called? Okay, that looks like it's working. And then the stream chat is open. And then the next thing is make sure that doesn't turn off.
Check 1, 2.
All right, I think we are ready to go. Did that work? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just. It's working. I'm surprised that my keyword really doesn't come through. It's nice. All right, that's good.
Cool. All right. So, hello, Jay. It has been a very
Hello.
busy week for me. It sounds like it's been a busy week for you as well.
My work mob is working hard on trying to figure out how to become a good mob. So that's been on my mind lately.
Out of curiosity, we talked about the having the person who types do a quick summary. Have you experimented with that at work?
We haven't yet. No, but yeah, not yet. We will.
Curious if you do. The navigate or the idea of having a journalist where you have somebody who is in a single page where you're writing notes of the entire day. Like this happened, this happened,
Mhm.
this happened. So when someone leaves for an hour and comes back, they can sort of really quickly catch up. And that you can mine it later for, like when you're doing performance reviews and stuff like that. I think that's really interesting. I'm trying to figure out like how to incorporate that into the shorter term mobs that I work with.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah. Uh, Yeah, so that's been really interesting. Sequence verification has been very interesting to me. That's been happening a lot on my side. Um, but all of that is to say that, like, I almost completely forgot what happened a week ago when we were working on this.
Mhm.
Oh, but we left the to
Oh,
do.
thanks, past us.
Oh, yes, thank you, past us. Okay, well, let's clean up here.
I'll do what it says. I don't know if it's any good, but it tells me to clean up, so I will clean up.
Yeah, you know what? Barring any other information, any information is good. We got a region
Like
there.
it's like Memento. You leave a little note for yourself. Like, okay,
Yeah, there's
don't
no way
trust what
that could go
other.
wrong. So, yeah, let's see what's going on. Scroll down a little bit. Let's take a look at the.
I want to read this thing. Try to find groups of
No.
digits of size n, which only appear in n cells for the in row column block.
Yes, I think this is very similar to what we were doing before. Scroll down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. So we got masks in here. I kind of am tempted to pull the masks just all the way up. Does that sound like a good thing?
I don't know which mask, but I'm happy to do it. This thing?
So there's a mask there. What is that? That's a enumerable of int. And to do it, what do? We take the mask to count. Well, that looks like we're getting some lookup structure thing here. And then we get where the value is greater than 1. Do you mind flipping that on 27? Okay. And then we get the key. We take a list. Okay, so that. But this is coming from a lookup structure. So this is just sort of saying, find me all pairs or something. I don't know. We do have the candidate masks. Where's the first place we use the candidate masks? Somewhere down here. All right.
Doing the same comparison in both places. That's significant.
Uh, yeah.
And mask not equal to 0 and not mask not equal to 0 appears in both.
But but also here we're creating a mask, cells with the mask, and a cleanable cells count. This is our groups within masks. I think what I want to do is, if we have a mask, we always wanted to get the things from the mask. So let's add that in. Can you just format this better on 38? All the commas, new lines? Because I thought there was 3 things, but I don't think there is anymore. So we're not using the description? Is that what that means?
No, it means that the description has the same name.
Oh,
If you remove this
yeah,
text, it'll still be called description.
Don't do that. All right, so mask. We're still focused on mask. So grab 38 and instead of masks or after masks, put added digits. And I think on board we have a masked digits thing. Yeah, Sudoku board dot. No, capital Sudoku board, because it would be a get digits for mask. Okay, so now, yeah, almost want to get rid of that, but don't get rid of that. So let's go see. So now we're using this down on 56. So here we're saying find a cell where you want to take a guess on the English of 60 or 61?
Something about being cleanable, because it's the same expression. It's right here.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I don't really know.
So do this. Go to, let's look for this pattern in our Sudoku board thing, because I think we have something like this.
This doesn't look the same.
That looks the same,
That.
though, right? So
Yeah.
here, if this and mask is not equal to 0. So first of all, let's go back and check and see, is that this and mask not equal to 0? Good. So I think we can replace this with a call to that. Go back to that. Is any digit possible? So let's do that.
So you think?
Leave this one at the moment. No. Just this and. Since it's an and anyways, we can just add a new line. Right in between. 60 and a half. There we go. And is any digit possible on Sudoku board? And you're in pass it. Candidate masks. Cell, comma, index. Or no, the mask. And cell, comma, index. That should work.
Okay.
Okay, now we can delete the one above it, and it should still work. I think, did that compile?
Cool.
Alright, good. Okay, so
I'm
now,
gonna commit that.
yeah, definitely commit that. And now I believe there is an any digit possible that takes an array of digits. Can you on Sudoku board itself? All right. So is any digit possible? Yep. So this is a non-static and it takes a cell. So let's go back.
Is it really appropriate that it's not static?
It
Yeah,
is
it's
totally
calling.
appropriate that it's not static. So let's go
Just
back.
this
And it's
thing's
what we want to
okay.
do because here we want to take the Sudoku board, which we have passed in. So you can say Sudoku board, lowercase, dot is any digit possible. And now the cell is going to be cell dot cell. And the digits are going to be group with masks dot digits. And that should be the same thing.
Stuff.
And an and. Is it stuck right now?
It does seem kind of stuck. There we go. Just being stuck.
All right.
It's uncomfortable, but okay.
It is uncomfortable. So let's take a moment to just reflect what that process was, right? So it's like we had stuffage, and then we tried to basically replace it with something that would confirm that our English understanding is correct, right? Like that first thing is sort of saying, hey, use this method, but the reason we're using that method isn't because we care about the method, it's because we care about the English. And we want to say, I think this means this. Previous said that this means this. Let's check if this means this. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, the next thing is going to be the one underneath it. So do we have anything that looks like that in our?
That has a tilde.
That's a remove possibility. So no.
That's it. That's it for tildes. So, is this question inside remove possibilities the same question?
I'm sorry. What?
The way that remove possibilities is trying to make a decision. I guess it's not. Here it's carrying out an action, but is this use of tilde representing the same concept?
I don't know. Let's go back to the place we're at. So this is saying, I think it's saying, is any other digit possible?
Okay. I want to make this a new method called Sudoku board. Is any other digit possible?
No.
Is no other?
So the first thing is saying that is any digit possible from the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one is saying is any digit possible from the other things not in the mask. Oh, yeah, we've done this before. Okay, leave this line, but let's add a new line in between, and we'll just Andy. So 60 and a half. Sudoku board dot is any digit possible. Cell, comma, Sudoku board, capital Sudoku board.
That keeps coming up means something. Remaining digits.
Get remaining digits and pass it the group with mask dot digits. And
You can say and, but I think we should just remove.
okay.
Because it doesn't work.
It's not building though.
Yeah. All right. My attempt to be like more direct is not helping.
I think you need another parenthesis, not less. Yeah, that.
my idea.
Okay,
It didn't work, so I went with yours.
now take, well, whatever works. I'm a fan of try both. Okay, no, you're missing a parenthesis. That's the problem. So take from the and to the last parenthesis.
Still not happy. Another one? I'll keep putting parens in until it compiles. I don't care how many it takes.
That's what determinism works. That's how programming is. You just keep typing till something compiles.
We are monkeys.
Okay, so I like this, except for I don't like the fact that it's calculating it all the time. So let's put that calculation into the thing above it. So we have the digits, and then we have the remaining digits.
Oh, you want remaining digits? Okay. Not cut nearly as cleanly as I thought it would. Cut. Weird. Okay, something strange just happened there that I don't understand. I have my cursor here. I expanded the selection where I want, and then I hit Control X to copy.
Huh, I took away the comma. That's weird. I don't understand what's going on there. But put the comma back in.
Yeah, maybe this is a feature. I don't know what is a feature of.
Dot remaining digits. And then on 30 and a half. And that's just going to be mass. Or no, that's going to be digits. Can you do that? Sure. Okay. This is better. So then delete 57 for a second. Or comment it out. I don't care. And then what fails here? Temp mask. Delete that then. My temp is bigger than 0. So what is that saying?
Just one by one adding the values to the string.
Oh, okay. So instead of saying var temp equals mask, say var temp equals digits. We put in masks digits. And then here it's going to be, well,
It's not a string join.
the purpose of this, is curval being used somewhere else? Doesn't look like it is. But scroll, yeah. So delete curval for a second.
Oh, okay. It works so hard to do something really simple.
Well, so what I think is happening right here is it's just printing this to the message, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to change this while temp to just a for, and then here is going to be for for each. We're going to do for each on temp. For each I in temp, or each T in temp, I don't care right now. And then grab that no. We need to add that separator. There was a line that added or assigned the separator after we append it.
Is this not string join on temp?
Yes, it is. So do a message.append string join on temp.
I mean, possible that it's not. In some way, it'll be really obvious once you do that.
Uh, yeah, temp is not sorry, digits. Digits is not a thing. If you do,
That worked. That's cool.
does it work?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, that's nicer. That's much nicer.
I appreciate what the author of this code sample did of like, we're going to re-implement string join in a convoluted way right here.
Well, also keep in mind that he didn't have an array of digits. He had
Yeah.
a mask that he had to pull bits out of.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you don't use masks. That's why we're getting rid of all this. We can get rid of that comment now in 57. And let's go down and see if we have other things that use a mask. We do. Fun. Let's get to...
Should we combine these, or are we happy with them like they are?
I'm not happy with the way they are. That string join, can you
Mm-hmm.
pull that out as a variable? Digits as text. Move it up one and take those 3 appends and put them together.
Yes.
Appears in only one cell. But you need to make the variable before the thingy.
Wrong. There we go.
I think this is a join too or something. Right? So here we're doing that for each append.
Mm-hmm.
Does string join take a lambda? I think it does. Well,
in this language.
Try
Kotlin has that.
Try string utilities.join. Join with, yeah. Oh, but that is, what does that take?
It's elements and a separator.
Yeah, that's not what we want. Write objects to string looks not what we want either. Scroll up. Just go back to where we were for a second. And do a group with mask dot cells with mask dot join. Is there a join?
Join is not the join you're thinking of.
Join with.
That's the one we're just looking at. I think you want to do a select to transform it and then join.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. Do that.
Modern languages have this thing that you're talking about, where you do a join with a conversion.
I swear, though, I put this as a utility because I'm 100% sure I would have wanted to do that. But and you have to do a join on that.
Is it empty or is it new line?
It's an empty.
Wasn't doing an append line before. Okay, what do you want to call this, or do you want to? Yeah, these are variable names.
I want to call this cells. Cells is text. Oh, cells is fine. Well, so now let's go and move this above 64 and combine that as well.
Great.
So then only appear in cells as text. That's a little scary. Does that still work? Yeah. You should have a space in there. And then put that here.
You can do what you just said. Get spaces in there. But we'll have to
No,
remove-
it breaks the. And so now the question is sort of, why do we have a string builder? So let's not. And then we don't need a toString on message.
Need to be there. Yeah, you're right. Should we just console write line the string directly?
Yeah, I don't think having it as a separate variable helps right now. It's a little bit of a long line, so it's like on the edge of my comfort.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you were talking about the space, like you could add one there, move one there,
no,
and do this one, add it there. I think that would work. But I don't think that's better. It doesn't even work, so what do I know?
so yeah, let's.
Oh,
Oh, it
it
does
worked.
work.
But
Yeah,
it's-
no. I
Is it better?
Is it better? No, it's not better. Is the answer. What's better is take the space out at the end. Well, yeah. So commit this, because small steps.
Okay.
So it is better because it let me see the better thing.
Okay, tell me the better thing.
So take the space out of the last one in the join with.
Here. And put it here?
Join it there and add it into the last one.
Oh, yes. I'm glad that what I did helped you see that because I couldn't see it.
Wait. Why did that not work? Yeah, that worked. Okay.
So,
I couldn't see it before you did the other thing, but once you did that, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
you said something the other day about when we're pairing and I'm typing and I'm trying to understand as we go.
Yeah.
And were we saying that I should not try to understand?
No.
As much?
100% we were not saying that.
Okay.
We were saying that I really, really appreciate that you try to understand. And that a coping mechanism that a lot of people do when they are typing is they don't try to understand. They're like, it's just too much, right? Like, and it could be that like typing itself is overwhelming, or it could be that just I'm going too quick for them to understand, or whatever it is. So that they just feel overwhelmed. And I don't think they're doing this at a conscious level. I think it's a very deeply subconscious level. But they're like, something's got to give. And because of that, they just stop trying to understand. They just like, I'm just going to let it flow through me. That's good. And that's unfortunate. That's the whole reason for the exercise we've been practicing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so let me see one thing for a second. Close the beeping. So the thing that so this is better. And it's nice because it means it was actually formatted nicely. It just wasn't coded in a way that represented the way it was formatted. Okay, so this for each thing, we're still just dealing with masks. And here we have the mask to clear. Wait, is that not used? Oh, that's great. Whatever that was, I'm happy not to see it. So I think these masks to clear is the remaining digits. So here we get the cell and the mask to clear. Yeah, so I think this is, so let's put a thing underneath here.
We recognize this pattern. We just
We do
cleaned
recognize
that up.
that pattern. We just did that. But hold on. Scroll down. I think I represent this whole thing. So I think the first part of this is, so like if we go up to 64 and a half, this is going to be var dot, don't start with var. Sudoku board dot is any digit possible from the remaining things. So group within masks dot remaining digits. Yeah, and hold on to that. Okay, and then if it says if mask to clear equals 0, we're going to say if any digit possible dot is empty.
It's already a bool.
Oh, it is. Okay. If not this.
If nary a digit possible.
There.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so we're still using mask to clear here.
Like,
So what I want to deal with though at the moment is the candidate masks assignment, which is occurring on 71. Wait, what did you just do?
I don't think I did anything, so I'm surprised that it's. Oh, I did something. I moved this down. This just gets mutated right there.
Have we committed?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Now we have.
Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to handle line 72. So where line 72 is here, I want to say Sudoku board dot remove possibilities from the cell of remaining digits. Of remaining digits. Yeah. I believe this does the same thing, but why is it unhappy?
Just one wholesale.
Go control click into removing possibilities. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think we should clean this up, but I
Yeah,
think this will get
totally
us
should
back to
clean it
green.
up, but yeah, let's get it working first. Okay.
So cell here. Oh, we do use cell index. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, but go back.
Can we make this take an enumerable?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because we two array right there.
Yeah, commit that. I'd also, here we say remaining digit. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. What does remove possibilities give us?
Turn? Nothing.
Okay, move this up one line. Oh no, that might break something. Does that break something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Undo that. Okay. So if any digit is possible, if it's not, we continue. Otherwise, we remove them. And then we go down here and we print what we removed. But the issue here is we don't know which ones were possible. So can we go into get is any digit possible? 65? Yeah. Wait, did you do it?
No.
That, yeah. Yeah, so what we really want is a get possible digits. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Are you thinking about how we can find the input to this thing?
Yeah, pretty much. What I'm trying to figure out is what are the things that we actually are removing. Because when we do remove possibilities, well, even worse, this is doing it in the mask. So let's make a go back to where we were for a second, and instead of saying is any digit possible, say get possible digits on line here. Yeah. Get possibilities. Yeah.
Is that really the right thing? Is this an enumerable of a list of int? Is that right?
Yeah. So go check get possibilities, and does that return that, or does it take any? It doesn't take anything. So this gives you what's possible, and then do a dot. Get the possibilities that intersect with remaining digits. Is that a thing?
I think we're remaining digits is
You
for
can
a
also say
specific.
where this is contained in remaining digits.
Get possibilities is returning a collection of a collection.
It's what?
It's returning a collection of a collection.
Wait, what?
An enumerable of list of int.
Oh, we want get possibilities for cell.
You could do elephant.
No. Go back. We should have the get possibilities for cell, right?
I don't know where that is.
Is any digit possible? So hold on. Go to get is. Go back to what we just did. Is any digit possible? So there is an is digit possible. Just can you inline is so delete the thing underneath it. Or revert what we did. Yeah. Okay. Inline is any digit possible. What? No. The opposite of what I'm trying to say. Inline the call on Sudoku board is any digit possible. There we go. Do you have an airplane by you?
Yeah, I can hear one flying by. It's not very close to my mic, but
And yeah.
it's picked up.
Okay, hold on. So, did that happen?
Yeah.
Okay. So then here, instead of saying any, say where.
Oh yeah, because you can do where any.
I don't want an any.
Well, that's a small increment.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's a small increment. But then move that any to the if not any.
So I think what I'm hearing is this becomes a variable.
Yeah, and can you
What is
array
this
that
called?
because of the way list comprehensions work?
Okay, hold on. This is, I don't know what to call this. I call it possible.
Sure. Applesauce
And then
will work for me.
I think we want to inline this now.
No. I want I want the possible to do a to list.
Why?
Just trust me for a second. We need to use it is the answer. All right, now inline the is any digit possible.
What you just said. Commit and disagree. Disagree and commit.
Thank you for disagreeing and committing. Now, if you go down to line 73, instead of saying remaining digits, say possible.
Yeah. Okay.
And now, this next thing, which is this entire block of this append, we can start to change using this. So message.append for right now, it's good, small changes. And we're going to say possible.join.
Need to do the conversion
String.join
first.
possible. We didn't have to last time.
Did right there.
No. The thing above it. String.join.
Oh, but you tell me to type possible.join.
No, not possible.join. String.join.
Oh,
Possible. Or separator. Comma space. With possible. Semicolon. And then that whole thing goes away. Are we passing right now or not? Yes. Okay. Good. Commit. Definitely commit.
Now I'm going to tell you that we don't need the to list.
Because of the way that list comprehensions work. Because the any clears the enumeration.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so now let's clean up this last part.
Well, it's not because of any clears of enumeration. It's because remove possibilities mutates the structure that is producing this result.
No. It's because any mutates the list. Remove possibilities doesn't modify the possible. In fact,
it modifies Sudoku board, and Sudoku board gives different results from is digit possible after you've removed possibilities. We should do a test on this at some point. Right now.
I mean, you could be right. I don't think you're right, though. But either way, we need the to list. Agreed?
We do, yeah.
Okay. So then the next thing is these 4 lines can combine into one thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So I want to save this in a variable. What is this one called?
Possible text. Sure. But I mean, yeah, and then just put it in the line underneath it. And then console write that entire thing. I mean, what I would do is I would just take the message.append on 76 and say console.write line. And then delete 77 and 74. And you know what? I would just inline possible text.
That did not. There we go. You like that better?
I mean,
that's a little too much for me.
It's not that much.
Okay.
I really do want to be able to say possible.join with Is that not a?
You can make it. You know the author approval test. You can
I do, and I
add that to
really
stream
thought I
utilities.
did do it. Is the weird thing. I must have taken it out at some point.
Are we? I mean, who knows? Maybe it was a version. Do you want updates?
Nah. I haven't been doing
Okay.
enough .NET lately. Um,
You go down to this region.
yeah, the region can definitely go. I think we've gotten rid of mask completely. Can we not take it out of 37 yet?
It's being used there.
It's being used where? Oh, there. What does this do?
Where does this value come from? Yeah, we could just switch to. I don't know if it's better. But no, can't do
No, you
that.
can't do that because you're doing. We're saying where the count is equal to mask plus one count. I don't understand what this is doing.
Should we see if it's optional?
Good point. Apparently it's
Not
not.
optional. So this query, this question here, could be moved into that structure. I don't know what it is. Do you follow what I'm saying?
I'm not sure what the English is trying to say yet. I do like what you just did though.
If all of this needs to go there.
Yeah, we don't want to do that though. That's ugly. Okay, hold on. So we'll come back to that in a second. So this first thing creates stuff, and the second thing uses the stuff, right? So I feel like this entire, but we really can't. Well, we could. So let's take the for group. What I want to do is extract 52. But I don't think we can. Try taking lines 52 through 73 and extracting it as a method. Applesauce. Oh, did that work?
No,
No, good. Okay, so
didn't like this.
well, but we'll do it anyways for a second. Okay, hold on. So cells, digits, remaining digits. Cells, digits, remaining digits, cells with masks.
And description, everything.
Everything except for mask. Okay, so undo it. And then we're going to make a couple local variables on 51. So group with mask digits, can you just extract it as a variable digits?
This thing here.
Yep. And then remaining digits, can you extract that as remaining digits? And then wherever the next cells, can you extract that as cells? This should be just called cells.
Okay. Like cells means two things, but that's all.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But
Cells, you want to keep going?
one windmill at a time. Yeah, cells with mask. That one is weirder.
That one feels like it's its own thing, but I don't know what it is.
Let's call that those cells with mask.
So using group within masks. There we go. Description.
Yeah. Move that up.
Everything up until now has been little r.
Everything up until now has been what?
Little r. But now I'm about to move this out, and that's big R. Or,
So one thing at a time. Sounds good. And then extract everything after this now. We can pull that all out. Yep. But actually, I know what this is. So this is actually the thing that we, whatever the method above us is called. This is the remove digits when constrained as a group of n cells. Yeah, that is what this is actually called. That's what applesauce is.
digits for cell, is it like qualified in some way for a group?
Remove digits.
I gotta put something in there. I don't know what.
Sure. And then a lot of these I would just inline. I'd inline all of them. What I would do is I would take that group with masks and rename that to G. And then I would inline all the rest of that. So digits, remain digits, cells, cells with masks, description, inline, all that.
Yes, made them. Cursor. Oh, I don't want it.
Okay, and now I hate the step changes in here. Now I can actually see that. So,
Oh, we can or equals it, right?
yeah, or equals it. And take it out and take it out there and here. That's still going to need to happen, but that's going to equal that. Yeah. Nice.
But I don't think we want this, but we'll aggregate. Yeah, that's not any cleaner.
Yeah, I don't like that.
My brain doesn't think very well in aggregate. So.
The actual way, though, I would do that is I would say step changes equals any. No. Wait, does any over abort?
Mm-hmm.
Is there an any that doesn't abort?
Not really. I mean, I'd be able to do it with not all or something. No.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we could do no, because all aborts as well. We could do just a not a not a for each. We could do it with a select.
We go select and then a to list to force them all to evaluate.
And then a dot any.
Yeah. You want that?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just pointing out that we could.
Life of a programmer.
I don't think it makes it. At the moment, I don't think it makes it better. So now let's scroll up because we still have this thing above, which is still not happy from me.
Oops.
Yeah, this just feels. It's not clear what it does. We still have masks in it that I feel like we don't need to have. I mean, we never need to have masks. So, give me a starting point. I'm not sure where to start right now.
You're trying to eliminate mask more.
Yes.
I kind of want. I think this is the one that is most in our way. So let's start with that.
Because we don't really understand what it does. Okay, so let's talk about what it could do. cells with mask dot count. What is cells with masks? This is okay. So cells is the group, and here we're taking the cells, and we're saying where the cell goes to the state. What state? State is the board is that's Sudoku board. Where the cell is equal to 0. Wait, what? Okay, so this is saying the first part of this. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm saying. But can you put a comment right before line 42 and a half? Can you put a comment? No. I want it one line down. So this is saying the cell is unknown. Or the cell is not known. And then put the and on a new line. And then what is this saying? This is saying that, what's the difference between the candidate math? Oh, so this is, okay. So this is saying that it is possible whatever the mask is, which is the digits for the mask, is possible. This entire thing is just okay. So just right after cell goes to, say, Sudoku board dot is any digit possible of the digits. Yeah, definitely commit that. So we do this thing where we have to get stuff and then get it again. Right? Like it feels like because like we use the digits to get the remaining digits and to get the again. Like, can we do like a double select or something, or even in the new just pull out a couple of variables?
I don't know a way to pull out a local variable here that we can use down here.
Sure. I mean, you can just put a curly brace around it.
I will type what you told me to type.
Okay, so before the new, put a curly brace. There's probably an automatic. Yeah, do that. Commit that.
What is this?
And then grab that Sudoku board, get digits for mask, and pull that out as a variable. Because
you know what? We could have just done an extract variable, and it
would have done it for us.
Yeah.
I would just call it digits. Yeah. Cool. And then can you clean up cells with masks into a... Yeah. And then can we rename group? Don't... Just group is a horrible... And what is group anyways? Cells. Call it cells. because cells equals group. And then I don't understand why 42 and 41 are in different lines. So let's put those on the same line. And can we put 44 and 45 on the same line?
They don't fit.
It won't fit?
I mean, the formatter wants to break it somewhere. So you can choose to break it somewhere else if you want to.
Yeah, let's try it there. See, it does well. And if you don't break it, the formatter breaks it again. It does break it. All right. Well, fine. Okay.
This, I think, could go away if that's helpful to you. Because we can do cells first mask down here.
Cells
first description, I mean.
Oh yeah, let's do that if we can. Oh no, don't get rid of it. Oh, okay, yeah. Get rid of it. Sure. Does that work? Let's push it down one level more. But after we commit it. So we have cells down there, so yeah, just pull that out. Pull it out here. No, well, yeah, that works. Inside of G, it's going to be just cells. I don't understand the difference between cells and cells with masks. So, cells is... Oh, okay, it's just a filtered. Okay. Oh! I understand what 47 is doing. 47 is saying we want the cells with the masks to have the same, like, so if there are that's a bad example. Let's try this way. If there are 5 things, then I need 5 cells that do it. That's what it's trying to do. So if you take that mask to one count dot grouped with masks, you should be able to say equals digits dot count.
Right here?
Yeah. And now we can get rid of mask. All right. I need 1 minute, but the stream is up, so I'm going to leave it all to you, Jay. I'll be right back.
Oh boy, have to be entertaining for the audience. I haven't checked the chat. Nobody chatting. Okay. Well, we don't need this comment, I think. When a set of, there's more clear. When a set of n digits only appears in n cells within row, column, block, then no other digit can appear in the same set of cells. All weekends. I feel like that is true and relevant and is not completely visible in the code just yet. So I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer. Just to go away. Oh, no, can't get rid of there. That's where we should work next. Hi, Claire. This comment is still correct. Feeling like we're going to stop soon, so wait there for next time. So the append feature in Visual Studio does not let me update the description unless I have a code change. It's unfortunate. Well,
All right, what did I miss?
yeah, nothing terribly interesting. We should stop.
We should?
Yeah, it's about time to have a retro.
But the mask is almost gone.
Okay, you want to do another?
Yeah. So let's.
I don't want to run over today. So
Oh.
as long as.
All right. One more line possibly.
Sure.
This thing here, where we say. Yeah. So here we're making the masks. That's.
We have a thing on Sudoku port for that.
Well, yeah, but let's do it deeper down. So in the select mini, we're still using masks here. So what is that trying to say?
And launch state index.
So the first thing, cell at state equals 0, that's trying to say that the cell is possible, right? So this is going to be a something with possibilities. And mask and 1 pushed on the index minus what? So this equals 0. Or, oh, sorry, yeah. So where it's possible, or, wait, what?
Claire asks if line 31 exists in one of our helper functions.
Maybe. Let's find out.
What are we looking for? Something with a 1 shift left? Is that
Sure.
a big key?
That sounds good.
There's a little bit of it there. Get mask for digit.
Yeah, oh, that looks very similar, because look, digit minus 1. Go back.
Yeah. I want to actually bring this over here so we can just. No, that's not what I want to do. Copy it and remind ourselves of it right
Thank
here.
you, Claire. Yeah, so this is the same pattern then of trying to just use this to. What was the method name that did this?
Get mask for digit.
No. Go back to that return. Get mask for digit. Okay, and then go back.
So I think we can sub that in right here.
Yeah, but then the next thing. Okay, yeah, sure. So let's see if we can. But what's the digit? What does this take? What was the old code?
I lost it already. Cell index.
Okay, so let's try that. Does that still work? I love that we can just sort of. Claire's suggesting that we extract digit to a variable, which that sounds not like a bad idea. Let's try that.
Maybe we can side by side this.
What that I super like.
Oh, that's kind of okay. All right.
Where's the
One shift left. Oh,
so the
state
digit?
of cell index
Yeah.
is
So
digit.
that can we
Okay.
pull that out as digit?
Uh, you want state cell index as digit?
Yep. So we're checking digit is 0, or okay. So then that 1 over is get masked for digit.
More time.
That the stuff in the parentheses is get masked for digit of digit. A Sudoku board. Okay, definitely commit that. Let's not split it exactly evenly. Can you? I guess it doesn't matter. We have enough screen space. Okay, so then the next thing is so masks and get masked for digits equals 0. That is a thing that I think is in our. This is the is digit possible. Is what we're trying to say. No, we're saying is not possible. Because this and that is 0. So we can replace that with Sudoku board dot. No, is digit possible in the digit and the cell dot index. Return that. Does that work? I think it does.
We can hope.
Does not work. So I still think it's saying that. Oh no, it's the opposite. It's not possible. We're saying the digit is not possible.
Claire says this. Is any digit possible?
C line 288. You can't be masks. It's going to be cell, right?
Need to keep the check. Okay, I'm getting a little lost here. Maybe I'm editing too much.
So the first thing is cell. Any digit.
We're back
possible.
to where it was failing.
Okay.
At least it's legal code.
Okay, so wait. So and keep the digit equals 0 and take the is any digit possible and just replace it with the or. Yeah, that. Okay. Delete that line. Revert. And put ourselves a to-do message, and this is where we need to hit figure this out. So I feel like the bottom half of this we did really well with, and we're doing decently on this top part, but it would have felt satisfying if we could have.
Yeah.
Completion bias. All right.
There's always more code.
There's always more code.
There are literally dozens of people out there writing more code all the time. So we'll have plenty of cleanup to do.
So from a more pattern thing, which is the thing that's at forefront of my mind at the moment, is when we started, we were moving these very large pieces of code into places and sort of making sense of the system. Right? So like the first sessions, like maybe the first 10 sessions or so, was sense making of the system. And now we've shifted. So we're no longer making sense of the system. We are deeply cleaning like the pieces of the system. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, but like this is slower work. But it's also like, I mean, it is that like deep cleaning, right? It's like the stuff that we're doing here is taking things that were really hard to understand and making them understandable. But you wonder, like, did you ever need to open that box? Right? But if you did need to open that box, like what we're doing is good. There's just always that question in my head of like, do we need to open this box? Like this code is starting to become understandable. The other pattern that we used a lot was like substitute algorithm for the purpose of discovering the English. Right? So like let's put that under a pattern. Substitute algorithm to discover English. And then let's talk about what's required for this. So the first thing is, so let's just put a requirements under here.
What under here?
Requirements. So the first requirement is you need solid tests. The next thing is you need extracted methods with English you trust. And then I think those are the two, maybe those are the only two requirements. So if you have tests, so you know like if you swap something and it breaks, it maps. And if it doesn't, it's good. And then if you have methods with English names you trust, you can then, so then let's, separate from requirements, let's just put process. And then, so the process is then swap with a method you think might work, run the test, read the English. And then number 4 is enlightenment. Experience enlightenment. Profit. Beautiful. So we use this a lot today. And I don't think we've used that technique at all up until this point. Am I misremembering?
Yeah, I think we didn't do exactly this. I think the thing that's different is that we had an algorithm that dealt with singles, and then an algorithm that dealt with doubles, and now we have an algorithm that deals with n. And it's all the same idea, but n being generalized is so much more complicated. And so our brains were able to find the nameable patterns in the 1 and the 2, and now we're using those named patterns in the n, but it would have been harder to discover them in the n.
Very possible. There's another thing, though, that might be at play, which is I don't think we had the requirements when we were doing the ones. Like, we didn't have extracted methods with English names that we trusted.
Yeah, but
Like,
we created them in the 1 and the 2.
Right.
And I think it would have been hard to create them in the n.
I agree with you 100%. That it was really nice to have those and do it rather than have to create them here. I'm really glad we didn't have to create them. But I also think that if we had created them before, maybe we would have also used this process. I don't know. It's just interesting, like this substitute algorithm for the purpose of understanding was really helpful. and it's something it's a pattern I hadn't noticed in our previous work. We did something else as a pattern, which was sort of, we extracted all these variables. We did a couple of interesting patterns there. So the one is we did some pretty big rewrite swaps for the printing, right? Like those were not refactorings. I mean, they were rewrites, right? Like we did them as single commits because they were only like we could replace 6 or 7 lines of code with a single line of code. Mm-hmm. But it's still a rewrite.
Sure. So we call them micro rewrites.
Micro rewrites, yeah. And we're doing them there because like we could see the intent, right? So like micro rewrites when you can see the intent of the code. This still was a peeling apart to get like, oh, I see the intent of this, swap it. I see the intent of this, swap it. I'm not sure how to like summarize that much, but let's put under the pattern micro rewrites.
New pattern or somewhere?
New pattern.
There's this idea in the Arlo's commit notation, the difference between big F and F bang bang.
Yeah, it's like the
number B bang bang
code.
Lines, and that's just to encourage you to. My understanding is that's so that if you need to make a big change, look for refactoring so that you make a small change. And I feel like that's kind of relevant here that we found like micro rewrites are different than large scale rewrites.
Yeah.
We really like to have other kinds of safer refactoring, but still there's a threshold there where the rules seem different.
It's interesting, like for here you're thinking in lines of code, whereas I'm thinking in time. Right? Like I was thinking like these rewrites were sort of under 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And under 5 minute rewrites with test coverage feel okay to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Arlo and I talked about this a long time ago, that in C++, everything is so verbose. Like even expressing simple ideas requires typing a lot of text. And so that threshold needs to be higher in C++ versus languages that let you be succinct. Yeah. And I'm noticing like C#, I really like C# and I appreciate the powerful refactorings, but I've learned a little bit of Kotlin and got a glimpse of Rust lately. And I feel like they are outdoing C# in terms of expressing code succinctly, but still clearly. And so now I think there's more of the boilerplate text necessary in C# than in these other languages.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I think it was really nice that we got so much advantage from Haskell when, I'm blanking on his name. Who wrote Link?
Link, L-I-N-Q? Link?
Yeah.
Anders Hellsberg was the genius behind it.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you're thinking of the guy who brought the functional insights. I know who you're talking about.
He always wears a tie-dye t-shirt. It's the thing that I'm totally blanking on his name right now. But he came from the Haskell world. And
wait. Eric Meyer.
Eric Meyer, yeah. And I think that really helped C# a lot, right? Because Haskell also has a lot of succinct.
He's not Danish. That's what makes him stand out. He's Dutch instead.
That's the difference.
Big move.
That's the key. Yeah, different levels of expression and overhead.
C#. So C++ has Bjarne, who's Danish, and C Sharp, the lead designer, is now Mats Torgersen, who's also Danish. So I feel like there's this whole like Danish school of language design. And
That could be. But Ruby is nice and succinct. He's Japanese.
it's really different.
That is also true. It is. It is a very different structure. Yeah, that definitely goes on that side. Our tools actually today work just pretty well and easy.
Hmm.
The domain didn't really grow too much, other than
That's
like
true.
the masks are now diminishing. Like we're
Okay, so
almost out of masks.
we have no new additions to the Sudoku board class today.
Oh, we didn't. That's interesting. We were able to reuse almost everything we used before.
Mhm.
That shouldn't be surprising, because N is a more generic version of the others.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's nice. Um, I didn't see anything in C sharp. There is one, like I'm not sure, pattern or tool or something. But there was a part where we're like, we should have just extracted the variable rather than convert and then extract. Um, I feel like there's this pattern of simplify link statements. Right? Like some of the most confusing code I've worked with is this sort of link is a version of MapReduce, right? And MapReduce statements that are they're not necessarily long, right? Like they're not like hundreds of lines. They might only be like 3 or 4 lines, but
Mhm.
they can get really they lose the intention so quickly, right?
Mhm.
And there's a similar thing with like bit masking where it's like, well, I understand how this operation works, but I completely lost the intent
Mhm.
of this operation. There was a piece today where I wrote comments.
Where
That
does
is
that
an
go here?
abnormal thing, but I did find it helpful.
Is that team? Where does that go?
It's got to be under patterns again. So we have a saying, which is comments aren't a smell; they're a deodorant. And
Uh,
I feel like that's what I was doing. Like I was just trying to like cover the smell enough that I could breathe and then come back. But it was really helpful, right? Whereas like there's a thing that I do a lot when we're writing new code, where I'm like write the code in English first,
mhm.
and I feel like normally like if I read code I can see what the English is, and here I couldn't, so I had to write the English so that I could then write the code that I actually wanted. Time wise, we are at time. Should we stop?
Mhm. Yeah, we should stop.
All right. We'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good.